Hello, 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 and I'm here to show you guys how I got fifth in this weekly challenge. So, this is the last attempt that I'll be making for this week's challenge, and didn't quite break 25k, but got reasonably close. So, if you guys saw the stream on Thursday, you'll see a lot of the same ideas on that stream. If you didn't catch it live, you can see the recording and the video or in the record of the stream that I posted on YouTube. Link will be in the description. Um, I am still just doing Neto's opening. Can see he's the second for this week's. I was beating him originally, but I think they figured out how to get a couple extra monuments off of Samanti, and I did not get the extra monuments off of Samanti this time. I went for a quick kill, and it did an okay job. So, this is the really weird opening. You see that we're skipping the village by quite a bit, but it results in the best SPT, and you get to meet Oumaji and Samanti on like turn 5, or is it turn 5? It might be turn 6. So you can see went with the fishing upgrade. Um, because we're so low in score from skipping the villages so much, Luxador actually gets um parks instead. Actually, I think it just gets one park, and then gets the catapult. So you can see here we go mining, fishing, and the port. We'll put one where the um starfish is, and then this one will become a scout. You can see here, it hit this guy, so we swept back and killed this, and then we got the warrior for the catapult to target. So we'll catapult hit that, and then we'll tap that, and then we'll siege it successfully next turn. You can see Samati is sieging Oumaji's capital, which is great for us because we get to meet both just from seeing the same tile. And we got this third warrior. This warrior goes onto the ruin. If we don't unfog it, we get 10 stars. This takes a starfish, and it's gonna go pick up the other starfish and then get this village. And we'll go for this village. You can see we hit this. Yeah, Samaji kind of is awful. They don't do anything good. We're going for Altar of Peace if you've been noticing that we haven't, or we're about to not attack anything. Yeah. So we get these 5 techs this turn because we had 40 stars between all of our stars and what we saved from last round. So this turn is very specific, and this is the best that you can do with it. So, um, we got those 5 techs thing. We got the animal chopped twice and put to the forge. Then we get to chop 3 more times. So we chopped this one, and then we chopped these 2 tiles. And then we have 10 stars in total. So we get to put a mine down here, and a mine down here. This gets a workshop, and this gets board growth. We put the Spark of Fortune down before we board growth this, though. Actually, I guess after. It doesn't super matter. This mounting doesn't get used this game. So, going to SBT, I think that's the best they can do with this tech rush and with scaling Luxador really quick. And we get these 2 cities going, which this fishing rush is the only way that I've seen to get these 2 cities this quick, which gets you Bazaar much quicker and means that you don't have to fight for this village, which lets you get Altar of Peace. This fishing run really is designed around getting Altar of Peace. I innovated a market setup that we'll see over here that I think Netto and I'm Not a Target used, and can see that both on the stream recording and what we'll do in this game. So I went ahead and I rushed getting a market up. So we bought riding through trade here, and I went for that. So this is getting markets as quickly as possible. I think I messed up on this last turn. No, it's this turn that I messed up. I just missed my level 3. I should have done it this turn. I think, no, it was, yeah, actually it's this turn. No, it's next turn, okay. So next turn I should have got to knight here. We go shiv before capturing this village so that we can work on destroying the slumber hut. But it's also very handy for sieging this city earlier. But we siege this city and this one on the same turn, so it works out just fine. Again, I think there is a possibility for, I think the topmost scorers get get Samachi the gay power. I was doing a run last night to get this video up earlier, but I gave Samachi the gay power and they pushed the centipede on the very last turn. It was really obnoxious. It was definitely going to be the top scorer right up until they push, which usually the bot doesn't do, so whatever though. You can see with board growthing and then triple knight this turn. That's a new touch for me. I haven't done triple knight to kill these really quick. So there was one run that I did last night where they made Exidas at this moment. I'm not sure exactly what I did differently to prevent them from making the Exidas, but one killed this, the other moved over here, and then I just couldn't kill anything fast. But for whatever reason, I was able to not get Exida this turn. So I made this scout, by the way, to kill a hexapod. I think, honestly, maybe that did the trick. So, yeah, I was expecting to get to kill this, like, popping with knighting into an Exida, and then knighting into that too if it was another Exida, which is what I fully expected it to be, honestly. But none of that happened. I go for a cheeky Mindbender here, go Maths because this is about the time for Maths, and then I go Spiritualism before Capture here. And that gets us a ton of... Oh, I do this as soon as I get double monuments too. That was another one of my innovations. You may as well get Seal SPT. This is the other of my market innovations too. Getting this border growth before either of these, well, before this one gets the border growth, it's really important because this market spot is pretty good. It gets you an extra 7 SPT for a couple turns. And it gets you more upgrades, of course. So you can see spiritualism here, then we'll board growth this, then we'll board growth this. Markets here, sorry, here, here, and here. Sawmill, sawmill, sawmill. Yeah, this is the absolute best market setup that I think there is here. And it almost doubles your SPT between these 4 cities. Which this used to be a weak city in the runs from earlier in the week, so I think that added like 1k score all by itself, just figuring that out. Yeah, so I considered trying to let Samachi um get an upgrade, but I've never got the bot to get upgrades in my experience, so I just siege it and kill it for the extra stars. I think there definitely is a better way to do that, but I gave up on it. I just wanted to have a good run to show that wasn't just from the stream, honestly. So, I think this next turn I go farming. I'm just upgrading. I don't even think I bothered connecting that city. I messed up a little bit here. I think I could have got a slightly higher score if I hadn't if I had not messed this little section up. We'll see that on turn 20, but yeah, then I go mass temples. Really, I considered delaying some of my SPT to get temples up a turn earlier on turn 16. However, I only started at 71 SPT. So I thought about like, oh, what was it? I thought about disbanding 4 units or 4 stars worth of units to get just like 5 temples, but it'd only be what, plus 50 score? Because there's for each level, yeah. So it would have been plus 100, sorry, plus 250 score. And I thought that I would be missing out on more than that by not getting this SPT boosted, because you can see here that I increased my SPT by like almost 35. So I guess technically that is not quite cost efficient, is that right? Because 250 score that I'm missing out on versus 35 um points. Also looking like about 50 score more efficient to get the temples up, but it's all right. That was maybe a little improvement that you guys can make if you're still playing this game, still playing this weekly challenge. And then yeah, just the normal upgrades. I get to 137 SPT on by the end of turn 19, which is pretty good. Or is it only 134? I think that I could have just gone mass here, and that would have been another good score saver. I thought maybe I could get another upgrade if I went for that, but I was just rushing through turns instead. So yeah, just normal things. A reminder again that if it's the end of the game and you don't mind the red pop, like if you aren't going to get any more SPT production, it's usually better to chop forests than disband, especially if you're disbanding something that's getting rounded down. So like if it's an odd number of stars, thing like this one, for instance, it produces 5 score for every star, so it's producing 25 score. So, but if you disband it, you only get 2. Well, I guess you get 3. It's getting you 2 extra score from the warrior inside of it too. So you're missing out on, oh, what is that? You're missing out on a little over 15 score versus chopping down here. Like if you're just losing like 1 pop, it's just 5 score. So losing 5 score for a star versus losing 10 or more score for a star is much, much better at the end of the game. But anyways, thanks again for watching. This was a fun week. I honestly didn't think that this week would be this interesting because it didn't have many units and it was Jingji again. And we just killed this and then I struggled to get this, but Neto's strat of like highly technical strat of getting um these starfish early and then like meeting both here. It was really interesting to see what came out this week despite the funky funky start. Well, honestly, the lame start. Getting a cool start like this is a fun result for the end of the week. Makes me wish that like I could be this clever and this prepared in my real games, you know? But anyway, in the meantime, um, stream Tuesday, and thanks again for watching. See